Okay, so guys, we are live. I'm here with the FBI coach himself, financial and business intelligence coach. And good evening to you. If you are in Nigeria, good afternoon to you. If you are in any other part of the world, good morning to you. If you are in the other parts of the world where heat is killing people right now. So I hope you are hydrating yourself and doing well. So thank you everyone for tuning into this particular session. Today we are going to be looking at how to sell anything online. And I have with me here Charles. Charles is a financial and business intelligence coach, popularly called the FBI coach. And Charles is going to be so Charles is going to be teaching us how to sell anything online. Okay, fasten your seatbelts, Charles. I don't know whether you're going to be teaching us how to sell coffins online. I hope you're going to teach us that. So welcome, Charles.
Well, thank you very much, my brother. The Don himself. Um,
So from there,
it's a great pleasure to be here. It's a great privilege, and I appreciate this wonderful time. Uh, it's a wonderful day, and I want to appreciate everyone joining us right now from different parts of the world. It's a great opportunity to have you here. It's a great opportunity to have you view us on this wonderful day. Um, Emeka, are you still there? Emeka, are you still there? Okay. So, yeah, we'll be talking about how to sell anything online.
hello, Charles. Hello, Charles. I don't know if the network is giving some form of issues. Well, guys, can you hear us live clearly? Hello, Charles. Hello, Charles. Seems that Charles is having some issues connecting. Guys, can you hear us live? Guys, yeah, you can hear me clearly, but Charles is having some form of issue coming in. I don't know why I can't see him in the background yet. But if you are here right now, please let me know where you are calling in from. Let me know where you are calling in from, where you are tuning in from. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Yeah, our network is not stable, but we'll do the best that we can. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're in Nigeria, let me know if you're tuning in from Nigeria, any part of the world that you're tuning in from. So I think Charles is back. Charles, can you hear me
Ah,
clearly?
yes, I can hear you. The network, sorry about that.
Okay,
Just got
so
a
go ahead.
notification that the network is unstable. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, yes, you can sell anything online. Everyone has a space on the online, a place on the online space. Just like the way we have shops in the physical, brick and mortar place, we also have a place for us to sell anything we want to sell on the online space. But it starts with having a few. It starts with putting a few things in place. It starts with the first thing you need to do is to have the right psychology. Your mindset needs to fit into it. You just like the question you ask, if you can sell coffee online. The truth is, yes, we can sell coffee online. In as much as it sounds weird, have you thought about it? The man who sells coffee, um, do you think he prays every morning, asking God to favor his business? Of course he does. It's not his desire that people should die. However, he knows people must die. People must. So as long as people are dying, the guy go dey sell, the way we say it in Nigerian palace. So it starts with psychology. You need to, first of all, believe. See, selling is lifestyle. You must first establish that in your mindset, that selling is lifestyle. So if you have not settled it in your mind that you just have to sell every day, then you won't sell. Take, for example, before I go into other things I have to say, take, for example, the local sellers, those who sell things by the street, who sell in the market. They wake up every morning, they go to their marketplace, they open the shop, dust their goods, pray to God to send blessings and all that. And at the end of the day, sometimes they don't even make any sales. They go back home. But have they at any point in time decide not to open that shop because they have not made a sale for like a day, 2 days, 1 week, or thereabout? No, they still show up every day. They show up irrespective of what is happening. And the smart ones around them keep selling, because for you to sell, you must understand a few techniques, which I'll be sharing with you today. So making money doesn't have to mean working all hours away from home. You can sleep. While you are sleeping, you are making money. Emeka, just like your course, which you are sharing right now about teaching people how to set up their ebooks, how to sell their ebooks, everything they need to do in order to start making money from their ebooks. It requires someone who sees the end from the beginning in order to key into that course, because it's loaded. I mean, how much are you selling it? Just for a token. It's loaded, So everybody has something to sell on the online space. You have something to sell. But first of all, you must tell your mind that I want to sell this. Even if I'm making money or I'm not making money, I will sell. Even if I'm getting the right leads, of course, means customers. I'm getting the right customers or not, I will sell. Settle that in your mind. People say there is no money on the internet right now, that the whole place is saturated. That's a fallacy. It's not true. This is the best time to key into this space, internet space. This is the best time to make money, because you can make money from anything and from everything. You can sell your expertise. You can sell your stories. You can sell your skills. You can sell that professional certification you have. Everything, you can make money out of it. But you need a guide. You need someone to guide you in order to start selling these things online. Okay? So a few tips I'll be sharing with you should help you in making this money online, in being able to connect and start selling whatever you want to sell. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to find out if your product is sellable or not. Is my product sellable or not? You need to know your market. People jump into market, people jump into selling without trying to find the market. Okay, so that's where an expert comes in. That's where you need a mentor, a coach to hold you by the hands and help you guide your process, so that your errors, your mistakes will reduce drastically. I remember the first time I sold something online. That was 2013, either 2013 or 2014. I sold some product online, and that product was alarm padlock. Yeah, alarm padlock was the first product I sold online. I just jumped online and started selling, started talking about it. There were lots of mistakes I made, okay? But because I later got connected to a mentor who held me by the hands and said to me, Charles, no, you don't have to just start selling that way. You need to be able to package your business. The way you go to your shop, you need to make sure everything is placed well on the shelf, the same way you do it online. So you must first of all find out if your product is sellable or not. And the truth is, every product can be sold online. So the next thing you need to do is to find your market. How do you find your market? You need to set up like a customer avatar. You need to have the kind of person you want to sell to on in your mind. Everybody cannot be your a customer. Everybody cannot be your audience. Everybody cannot buy what you sell. The man who is interested in buying tricycle have no business going to a Rolls-Royce outlet to go and price Rolls-Royce. So he must first understand his market. He must first understand, who am I selling to? Okay. Then you also need to make your products easy to access. Sometimes I've come to realize that one of the major problems we have when it comes to selling online is communication. When a customer comes to you and says, how does this work, or how much is it, and the person maybe you give the person the feedback, you tell the person what the product is all about, how much it costs, and the person leaves some negative words or some words you don't like, or make a comment you don't like, you see some people get agitated. See, it's like a customer walk into your physical shop and ask you, how much is your product? And at the end of the day, he didn't buy, he just walk away. It's like doing a window shopping. Okay, so you must be able to buy into that fact that not everybody can buy your product. So you make your product easy to access, and then you sell your product in a way that both you and your buyer have enjoyed a benefit. In other words, you must be able to sell benefits and not features. Take this example. Two ladies, Uche and Trisha, they sell real estate. They sell properties. Now, Uche is someone who believes, if I'm not selling it, then it's not selling. Nobody else is selling. But Trisha decided to study the market. What do people like? What should I sell to people? What should I present to people that will make them buy this property? So two of them have a 3-bedroom flat to sell. And Uche is busy telling people, come and buy this property. It's very cheap. This, that, you have your keys. Once you pay, you have your keys. But Trisha decided to sell the benefits of the property. She tell people like, look, this 3-bedroom flat, you enjoy 24 hours light. It's in a serene environment. Once you pay, you pack in, everything set up. You have you have a space in the compound where your children can play. Trisha doesn't know if you have children or not, but she's selling the benefits. She's working on your mindset. And at the end of the day, you are seeing reasons to buy that property. So you must be able to sell benefits to your customer. And if you sell a physical product or a digital product, benefits and features works for both. It works for both. It's not just you coming there to tell people, okay, this is why I want you to buy this product. They want to see, once you're talking to your customer, there's an FM they tune into, and it's called WIIFM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? If I can't find any reason buying this product, then I won't buy it. What problem can this product solve for me? If I'm buying your shampoo, if I'm buying your Bone Straight or Bone Curve, if I'm buying your courses, if I'm buying your ebook, if I'm buying whatever it is you sell, I'm asking myself, what problems will it solve for me? And if I can't find that problem, that pain point that this particular product will take care of, then I'll go for alternative. So that's how a lot of people lose money to their competitors, because they are not selling the benefits. Then another thing you should also learn is to tell stories. Storytelling is story selling. You must be able to sell your product with strategic storytelling. There are elements in telling stories. You must be able to tell people using the who are you, what's your product meant to solve, why do you think your customer needs that product, how can I get this product? So using the who, what, why, how strategy. Who am I? You tell people about who you are. You tell in brief, why do I need this? Why do you think Mr. A need this product? What will this product do for your customer? What problem will it solve? And how will he get this product without having to break the bank? So storytelling is very important. If you understand the power of storytelling, my dear, you will make a lot of money on the online space. One of the things I teach people is how to tell constructive stories. Anytime I have an opportunity to make presentation, I convert it into conversation. So if you have a presentation to make, convert it into conversation. Even if the people are not responding, communication, we say that once there's a feedback, it means that communication is complete. But in your mindset, in the eyes of your mind, you are seeing these people responding back to you. Once you convert it to conversation, you'll be able to penetrate them. You'll be able to have a deep conversation with them. You'll be able to sell that product easily. The reason why people don't maximize story is because they are always in a hurry to sell. Don't be in a hurry to sell. Just take your time. Build that connection. Build that relationship. It doesn't matter if you're meeting the person for the first time. At that instance, build that connection. At that instance, build that rapport. Tell stories that will linger in the mind of the person. And at the point when you meet your customer for the first time, it's not compulsory that you should sell to your customer immediately. It's not compulsory. Add the person to your let me use the word email list. It's not really putting the person on the email list. But if I meet you for the first time, I won't start telling you about my product. I want to build a relationship with you. So you need to tell story. Are we together?
Yes, I can hear you. Charles, go ahead.
Okay. So you need to tell story. You need to tell constructive story. Then you also need to be consistent in your content, not just the voice. You should be consistent. Not coming to sell today and tomorrow you are off. You sell to that next week, you are coming back and asking who missed me. Nobody's interested in missing you or not. Customers are very selfish, let me tell you that. Very, very, very selfish. So you need to understand, including me, when I want to buy something, I'm looking at how it will solve my own needs. I don't care about you. I don't care about your profit. I don't care about what I want is, will this solve my problem? And that's the mindset of every customer. So you must be consistent in selling. You must be consistent in sharing your content. on the online space. It's important. That's why you must learn the act of storytelling, because with storytelling, you'll be able to come up with juicy stories about your product. You share your story in this manner, you share it in another form, the same thing, but you have variants, you know. Then you should also be innovative in selling your product, innovative in using bonuses, using free offers, you know. So don't just give them that particular offer, give them bonuses. Your customer want to feel they cheated you. That's one of the things you should also have at the back of your mind. Okay, your customer want to feel they cheated you. And in all these things, you must have a goal. How much do you want to make? Before coming to how much do you want to make, you must have a goal. Asking yourself, what exactly do I want to sell? Or rather, why do I want to sell this product? Why do I want to sell this service? Why do I want to learn this skill so that I can start making money from it, so that I can start affecting my world with it, so that I can have this side income that takes care of certain bills? That goal must be loud. You know, this man, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill stated in his book, Think and Grow Rich, where he talked about the principle of autosuggestion. The principle of autosuggestion simply means that for you to start up anything and make any meaningful thing out of it, you must have a definite goal. Once you have that goal, you put it on a paper. That's number 2 step. The third step is to have that paper before your face, everywhere you are, on your wallpaper, on your desktop, on the parts of your houses. You should have that paper on your mirror. You should have it like a cue card, a post-it, whatever it is. You should have it before you. You know, just like write the vision, make it plain. Let him that read it run with it. Then you should also read it out loud to yourself every night before you go to bed. So you're asking yourself, what do I want to sell online? I want to sell kulikuli. I have a friend that sells kulikuli online. And she comes online to she tell different story with her kulikuli. She come today to sing song, tomorrow she's dancing, next tomorrow she's just this, different variants. So you should be able to have that clear goal. Okay? Then you're asking yourself, how many customers do I want to sell these products to? And like you were talking about your signature, your course that is coming up on ebook selling. You know, you did a simple analogy which every wise person should look into. If you have only one ebook and you're making 1,000 naira from that ebook every day, you decide to sell one ebook. I'm making 1,000 naira. In a month, you have made how much? 30,000 naira. Now, let me share another side of it. For example, I want to open my calculator. If your goal is to make 1 million naira, okay? If your goal is to make 1 million naira selling ebooks, and you decide to sell your ebook at the cost of 1,000 naira, meaning you need to sell the ebook to 1,000 persons in a month. Now, how many days do we have in a month? Divide by 30. So in a, that's, yeah, okay, 1,000, yeah. So in a, am I getting it correct? 1,000, that's 1,000 naira, right? Meaning you need to sell to, what did I press now? 1 million divided by 1,000 naira. So you need to sell to 1,000 persons. Okay. So let's take, for example, you want to sell the book to, if you're selling the book at the rate of 2,000 naira and you sell to 200, you sell to 500 persons, you have made 1 million. But there is a way you can also make your earning hourly. If my goal is to make 1,000 naira a day, how many hours will it take me to make that 1,000 naira? If my goal is to make 5,000 naira a day selling my ebook, so I should give myself a target of 1,000 naira per hour. So if I sell 5 books in a day, ebooks in a day, I've made how much? 5,000 naira. And there are some days you can sell more than that. It depends on your marketing strategy, which is the reason why you need to learn how to sell everything online. So if you decide to sell 5 books every day and you multiply 5,000 naira multiplied by 30 days, that's 150,000 naira. Some people don't earn this as a salary at the end of the month. So the least you can do for yourself is 1,000 naira. And for you to sell that ebook 1,000 naira, you must have a strategy. And that simple strategy is to have a very big goal. And ask yourself, how many customers do you want every day?
Okay, Charles, let me pause you a bit. So everybody who is watching now, just go ahead and share. We have about 60 something people who are watching this live stream right now. So go ahead and share to your audience, invite your friends, tag them to come join, because people need to learn the art of selling. They need to know how to sell on a daily basis. People look at me every day and they'll keep asking how I do the things I do. It's by waking up every day, devoting 80% of my time to selling. So individuals are focusing on the things that are non-essential. Meanwhile, the essential thing is to keenly focus on selling and marketing on a daily basis to be able to make the money that you're talking about. So, guys who are here, please go ahead right now. Just tap the share button, all right? Tap the share button and share this live stream right now. So pause, take a second or two, and just share. Share it on your timeline. Invite your friends, tag them in the comment section. All right, we want to create streams of prosperity that can touch everybody. All right, because if your friend is rich and you are rich, together we live in a sane society. So let's be communal. Let's be communal in our approach to issues. Okay, so go ahead right now and share and share. All right, go ahead, Charles, please.
Okay, so like I was saying that, so you need to have this goal, and you need to also need to ask yourself, what do you want from your content and your creative strategies? You must have a content strategy. You must have a creative strategy. What do I mean by content strategy? Sometimes we come up with products, and we're asking ourselves, okay, now I have been able to come up with this product I want to sell online, but I'm not selling it. And you have not set up a strategy on how to sell it. You must have a calendar. You must have a calendar. Monday, what will you do? Tuesday, what will you do? I say Thursday, beg your pardon. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What are the things you do on this day? It's not enough for you to decide, I'm selling my stuff online. You must have a calendar. See, your boss is not the man in the office. Your boss is your calendar. And if you understand your boss, you will make a lot of money from the online space. You know, I say if you understand your boss, because there are tools you can use to automate the things which you do. There are times that we are online, or rather we are going live. It's not as if we are physically live, even though this one we are physically live. There are times we automate these things. You program it that at so time, you schedule it rather. At so time, this particular video takes off. At so time, this particular post goes live. So these are content strategies that you must maximize to sell anything online. See, these things are not new to you, but these are the things we look down on. These are the things we don't hold tenaciously onto. And that's the reason why you don't see people making money online. Because they don't have a strategy, they don't have content strategy. So your calendar must be loaded, and in your calendar, you should also have a free day. If you want, if you don't want, you can fill up the day. When I started off selling online, I don't have a free day. I worked all through developing content, giving out a lot of free values. And gradually, I started monetizing my knowledge, monetizing the products. I run free seminars here and there, and I was just working all around the clock. And the reason why I was doing that was because I wanted to develop my inner capacity more than what I desired. I got hold of my mentor, and the only time I discuss with my mentor is just midnight, because that's when he's usually free. But aside my physical mentor, I had virtual mentors. I was learning how they sell, how they do their things, how they package their products. Every time I see them presenting one thing or the other online, I'm studying the strategies behind it. I'm studying the sequence. I'm not really going through the content per se, but I'm studying the things they are not saying. So you must have a content strategy. You must be creative with your strategies. Then I'm coming back to the audience. Who is your audience? And where are they hanging out? Where are they hanging out online? Where do you find them online? Where do you find them? Some people don't know who their customer is. Some people don't know how to identify their audience. There's something I wrote somewhere, strategy on how to identify your audience. And I just want to share a few tips from it to help you understand why your audience is very, very important. Okay, so to help you understand your audience, there are a few things you need to do. Just a minute, let me get this. Okay, first, you will need to have what we call a proposition statement. Okay, you should be able to ask yourself 3 questions. What do I love? What do I hate? Why do I love this thing or hate that thing? What do I love? What is it that gives you joy? What is it that gives you happy? What's it that brings out that butterfly in you? What do you hate? What are the things that infuriate you? What are the things that eat you up? What are the things you don't like seeing? And understanding these things will help you carve your niche statement, because you must have, Emeka, just like the way you talk about shameless marketing. See, anybody should understand it, that you should sell your things shamelessly, but not everybody understands it. That's why you talk about it all the time. Shameless marketing. I market my product shamelessly. So when you have that, when you understand that your niche statement, it helps you to break barriers. It helps you to break emotional barriers, emotional impediments, emotional stumbling blocks. Because once your niche statement is imbibed in you, you will be able to fly. No matter what anybody is telling you, you know what you are doing at the back of your finger. Okay? So I'm trying to get that statement. There's something I wrote down which will help in helping you in identifying your customer. Okay. So while I'm searching for it, but the first thing you need to do in identifying your customer is to know where they hang out. See, we are on social media, but a lot of people don't know how to maximize the social media. It's not enough for you to come to your profile or go into groups and start posting, start selling your product in that group. One of the things you should be able to, it doesn't matter what you sell physical products, you sell virtual products, it applies to all. So the first thing you need to do is to give out value. Give out value in the area of the products you sell. And someone will say, what if I sell coffee? So I should start giving out. See, are you getting what I'm saying? For example, they call me FBI coach. FBI stands for Financial and Business Intelligence. When I go into groups, the value I give out has to do with either personal financial growth, business growth or business strategy, personal development. I give out value that is in sync with what I am doing. If they are discussing things that are not related to my field or I don't know how to step in, it is not compulsory for me to put my words there. I stay back. So you go into group. By the time you are giving value, naturally you will see people that will start being attracted to you. So you identify your audience through the value you give out. Some people don't want to give out value. They just want to come online and start selling. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. For you to sell anything online, you must be able to give out value. And not just value, you must be able to give out massive value. Massive value. Okay? So, yes, I have found it. Okay, so for you to have your customer avatar, okay, I said here that if you don't understand who your customer is, you will fail at marketing. As a matter of fact, if you don't understand who your customer is, that product has failed on arrival. It's as simple as that. That product has failed on arrival. Don't just wake up and set up a business. You must be able to sit down and ask yourself, who is start marketing your product, start making noise about your product before the product comes into market. That's why we have what is called wait list. Have people join the wait list. Have people register ahead of time, anticipating, waiting for your product, waiting for you to bring that thing into market. Don't wait until the product is finished before you start selling it. If you do that, that business has failed on arrival. Start selling the business before it comes into the market. Okay, so you must also know, you must know what your customer wants to hear. You must know what your customer wants to hear, how they want to hear that thing, and in what format do they want you to pass this message to them. You must know what your customer wants to hear, how they want to hear it, and in what format do you pass this message to them. There are a few sites where you can also ask questions to get answers. You can use Google, you can use Ask the Public, askthepublic.com. You can use Amazon, you know. So there are so many places where you can get answers for your product. All you need to do is to ask questions about that product. You get reviews from other people's feedback. Okay. Then it's also important for you to the importance of having your customer avatar is if you fail to know who your customer is, you will fail at marketing. Now, marketing is a game. Marketing is a game, and it starts from identifying who your customer is and what they want and how they want that thing. So who is your customer? It's a big question. It's $1 million question. who is your customer? Who is your customer? Everybody is not your customer. What's their sex? Are you selling to the male folk, or you're selling to female folk, or you're selling to both male and female? You must be able to state this clearly. Okay? What are their fears? How do you even identify your customer's fear? The only way you can identify your customer's fear, one of the ways, not the only, I beg your pardon, one of the ways to identify your customer fears is to have a communication with them. There's something people are saying, you know, like when you go to the markets today, the prices of things in Nigeria, prices of things keeps going up every day. You go to the market today, tomorrow, am I communicating? Is anybody feeling me in this aspect that things are going up every day? If you agree with that, please put it up in the comment section. You know, you go to the market today, you want to buy a tin of milk. They give you a specific price. You go to the market tomorrow or next tomorrow, that price has stopped with some fraction. And you begin to ask yourself, okay, but I bought this thing 1,000 naira yesterday. How come it's now 1,200? And the vendor will be like, Ogana, so I buy them. And you pay for it. 2 or 3 days after, you go back to the market, the price has further increased. Now, it's easy for you to understand customers' fear. What is their fear? Their fear is the fact that going by the rate at which the prices of things are going up in the market, they will not have enough money to solve their problems. So it's even easy for you to create a product that will put more money back into their pockets. Are you getting what I'm sharing with you? It's easy for you to be able to create a product that will solve their problem. How can I bridge this gap? What will I bring to the marketplace that will help these people make more money? There's a story of a pig and hen. They were discussing one day, and the hen said to the pig that I notice men are growing lean these days. You know, and the pig said, that's true. I noticed that's true. So what do you think we should do to make men add weight? So the hen said, I have an idea. I think we should give them eggs and ham. That will grow fat. And the pig said, wow, that's a fantastic idea. But do you know what? In this suggestion, you are only involved, but I am committed. And the hen was like, how do you mean? What do you mean by being committed and being involved? And he said to the hen that, look, you lay the egg and walk away, you are involved. But I am committed in the sense that if you want to give men ham, you need to dissect my body. So by the time they dissect the body of the pig, of course, the pig would have been long gone. The pig will be dead. So the pig is committed and the hen is only involved. And I'm asking you today, in marketing your business online, are you involved or are you committed? What are the things you are planning to do to be able to understand your customer fears? You must be committed. If you're not committed, you cannot sell online. It's not a sprint, it's a long haul. How committed are you? Okay, so what are their fears? You'll be able to provide solutions and answers to their fears. And that will make you more money. And that includes their joy. You know, not only their fears. You know, sometimes we talk about customers' pain points. You should also talk about the customer's joy. What are the things that makes them happy? What are the things that gives them joy? Yesterday, when I was live with my friend Emmanuel Akpe, the copywriter, Prince of Copywriter, there was something I shared with him. I said, if you really want to identify that thing that distinguishes you from the rest, that you should be able to sit down in a quiet place, get a paper and pen, and write out the 5 things that makes you happy, and write out the 5 things that makes you sad. Sometimes it's difficult for you to come up with these answers, but you need to try it out. It also helps you to understand your personality very well. 5 things that makes you happy, 5 things that makes you sad. You leave it. The next day, you come back to that paper, you further reduce it to 2 each. 2 things that makes you happy, 2 things that makes you sad. The next day, you come back and reduce it to 1. 1 thing that makes you happy, 1 thing that makes you sad. See, if you can identify that 1 thing that makes you happy and 1 thing that makes you sad, and you weigh both of them on a scale, whichever one comes higher, that one is a particular product you can make money from. So if the things that makes you happy weighs higher than the things that makes you sad, then you should find a way to develop skills around that thing that makes you happy, because that thing will put a lot of money back into your pocket. It means you are committed to that thing. You are not just involved. So you start looking for ways to develop skills around it. Okay. Then you make sure you write down, okay, yeah, I've talked about it. There are fears. Then you should also find out your customers. Who do they go to? Who are your alternatives? If your customer don't buy from you, who else do they buy from? Who else do they buy from? You should be able to study your competitors to know what they are doing. It's not a bad thing to study your competitors. It's not a bad thing trying to learn from what other people are doing. Learn from what they are doing. Pick a few things they are not doing well and add it to your own to make yours better. I did not say pick the good things they are doing. Pick the things they are not doing well, work on it, add it to yours, and make yours better. So if you study 5 competitors, their weaknesses, study their weaknesses. And each of them, by the time you study them, you have 5 things you need to work on. And you add those things to yours. It will make you outstanding. It will differentiate you from the crowd. It will separate you from the crowd. So who are your competitors? Don't just assume. Assumption makes you a mediocre. Don't just assume that, okay, I know what they want. Study it. Do a research. How do they go after these people? How often do they buy from them? These are the things that can help you sell anything online. Are you getting value from what I've been sharing with you? I would love to see your comments in the comment section, please. Okay. So what are their alternatives? You know, who they are going to is different from alternatives. What other ways do they get solution for their problem? What other ways? You should ask yourself this question. If you have, for example, you have a headache, how do you take care of it? It's either you drink cold water, you take Panadol. You're not just taking cold water, you take cold water and mind your business. you take Panadol, paracetamol, or you take a nap. So which one works for you? That is the same way it works when it comes to your products. There are some persons that have alternative to your products. So how do you match with this alternative? Now, if the alternative is too big for you to match up with, just like what happened between these people, Cowbell and Peak Milk, several years back, they now decided, look, we cannot match Peak Milk because these guys, they have money, they have stability, they have the larger market share. The only thing we can do is to penetrate through the back door. And they went to the base of the pyramid. They went to the base of the pyramid. They couldn't match them on their level. And what happened? Within a year, they made the money this other company never made. because of the new strategy they implemented. So that's why I said you must have a creative strategy when you are selling anything online. Okay, Emeka, maybe I should pause here. Let me take questions if they have. Does anyone have a question? Because if you leave me in the next 3 hours, we are still talking here. Okay. But while we're waiting for questions,
thank you very much, Charles. Because I think we need to. I don't know if we can wrap this up in we have 10 minutes left so that we can restream this video again. If it's more than 10 minutes, if it's more than 1 hour, then I may not be able to restream it again. So guys, go ahead and ask your questions now, and in the next 5-8 minutes, Charles will answer, and then we'll call it a wrap for today so that we can restream the video again and again and again and again and again. Okay. So there's a question here from Nedika Chi. Nedika Chi is asking, how can one find their right audience? Nedika Chi Oti is asking, how can one find their right audience?
Okay, first to find your right audience, you must be able to know what you want to sell. If I'm selling cement, I don't go to the woman selling akara to look for my customers. The man who wants to buy Rolls Royce has no business walking into a tricycle outlet looking for his customers. Okay, so finding your audience is based on what you are offering. So you must know what you're offering. If you are offering digital products, then you know that your customers are online, and not just online, you should also go to communities where they sell digital products, communities where you can talk about digital products. If you're selling accessories, female accessories, then you should go to places where moms are gathered. You should go to places where ladies are gathered. You have no business importing a sanitary pad and you go to male hostel to sell it. Of course, that business has failed on arrival. So if I'm selling a sanitary pad, I should be able to go to female hostels or where females are gathered to sell my product. Does that make sense, Onyedikachi? And also, I have a webinar coming up on Sunday. This Sunday is a free webinar. It's titled "A Guide to Selling Online." Guide to Selling Online. Let me see if I can pop up the flyer. Guide to Selling Online. The essence of that webinar is a free webinar that I want to teach people strategies on how to sell. There is so much to talk about, okay? But we can't exhaust it here. So much. It's titled Ultimate Guide to Selling Online. Ultimate Guide to Selling Online. I'll be sharing with you 7 strategies that will enable you, just like Onyedikachi, the question you asked, identify your customer. I'll be able to narrow it down properly. You understand why you need to find your customers, how you need to find your customers, where you need to find your customers. All this you get it from this free webinar. The webinar is free of charge. You're not paying for the webinar. So it's something I would love you to take advantage of. Okay, there's another question.
Yeah, so as a question, as a beginner in the online space, which selling strategy is most appropriate as regards organic and inorganic leads generation, which will later result to customers? As a beginner in the online space, which selling strategy is most appropriate as regards organic and inorganic leads generation, with which will later result to customers?
Okay, first you start with organic. And starting with organic, you need to first keep your house in order. If you're starting with organic, it means you are trying to attract people to your house to sell. But when they come to your house, what do they see? What do you want them to see? So your house must first of all be in order. So you start with organic and you move to the other aspects of lead generation using inorganic, that's Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and all that. So any other question? I'm trying to open this. I'm trying to share this slide. The link to register for this training is on my profile. My profile, FBI Coach. Please go to my Facebook. You will see the link to register for this webinar. It's loaded. It's a free webinar which I don't want you to miss. It's I package that way. It's my way of giving back to the society. I do that every once in a while. Okay, so
Charles, if
this time,
you have the link, can let me know. What's the link?
Okay, let me send it. Let me get the link to you.
I can type it and it can scroll at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, fantastic. I'll get the link across to you now.
Tell me so that I can type it now.
Okay, my profile link, is that what you mean?
No, the link to the webinar.
Okay, it's a webinar jam link. I'm using the webinar jam, so the link is, yeah, I'm using it. So you can just type my profile, my username.
Okay, what's the username?
FBI Coach, one word.
Facebook.com/FBI Coach, right?
Facebook.com/ yes, FBI Coach. So the link to register for the webinar is right there.
Okay, come on. Okay,
any other person have a
yeah, I think there are many questions, but we need to wrap up in 2 minutes. Let me put the last question here. Okay, I think this will cover a whole lot. What's the best strategy to market real estate in the online space? What is the best strategy to market real estate in the online space? Charles, can you hear me? Hello, Charles. Network seems to have knocked him off again. Okay, guys, so I will advise you to go follow Charles now. He's you can see his Facebook is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, www.facebook.com/FBI Coach. Okay, Charles, so wrap up with that question and then we can end.
Okay, so the best way to market your product, the best way to market real estate is to share benefits. Don't just come and display properties. Give people tips how to identify good real estate, how to identify scammers, what you need to do before you buy your property. How do you do your search when you are told about a property? Which arm of the government do you go to? So these are the things. Give people value. Just give value. The more value you give, the more people you attract to you.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, so please go and follow Charles now. We're going to wrap up now so that we can. So Charles, thank you so much for this session. God bless you. Thank you for coming live and sharing from the depth of your experience and expertise. This session will be restreamed again and again and again, at least for the next 2, 3, 4 days, so that a lot of other individuals can participate. So thank you very much, Charles. God bless you all the way from me to you here in the city of Port Harcourt to you. I look forward to hosting you again. Goodbye to everyone, to everybody who has tuned into this session. If you are about to tune off, please share this session so a lot of individuals can connect. God bless everyone and good night.